In this video lecture, I will show you how to determine if a feedback loop is amplifying or stabilizing using the rule of sines. The two feedback loops we've considered so far were fairly simple. The stock directly affected one of its flows. This allowed us to directly analyze what type of feedback loop was present. To analyze more complicated feedback loops, we can use the following rule. First, we mark the model. Label inflows with a plus, as well as control arrows where an increase in the stock causes an increase in the flow. Label outflows with a minus, as well as controls where an increase in stock causes a decrease in flow. Then, for a given feedback loop, count the total number of negative signs. If this number is even, the feedback loop is amplifying. If this number is odd, the feedback loop is stabilizing. You can think of this in relation to taking products of negative numbers. If you multiply together two negative numbers, it becomes positive. Looking at the bathtub model, I've labeled the inflow from the faucet with a positive sign and the outflow from the drain with a negative sign. Since the outflow increases as the water level in the bathtub increases, I've labeled the control arrow from the tub to the drain with a positive sign as well. Counting the negative signs in the feedback loop between the tub and the drain, I see that there is exactly one. This is an odd number, indicating that the feedback loop is stabilizing. This matches my earlier reasoning.
In the bank account stock flow model, the feedback loop was between the interest and the balance. Here we had a control arrow going from the balance back to the interest. This balance we'll label with a plus because an increase in the stock causes an increase in the interest level. Also, the flow from the interest represents an inflow to the balance. Here we have no negative signs. 0 is an even number, so overall this represents an amplifying feedback loop. Again, this matches our earlier reasoning. This concludes this video lecture. You'll have further instructions on the companion reading and the activity that you'll work on prior to our class meeting online.